Okay, so I know what you're thinking. Tylen, where's your Superman review? It's Friday. It's July 11th. Why has Superman not come out? Tylen, where's your Marvel Rivals Season 3 content? It's July 11th. Why haven't you talked about that? I know that a Jurassic World Rebirth review isn't on your list of things for me to talk about, especially when we've had two major drops that have happened today. But don't you worry, I am playing Marvel Rivals while you're watching this video, and later that night, I'm gonna go see Superman, and I'll talk about it, and it'll be out. Also, I know my face is missing. I'm actually in the middle of moving right now, so later on, you guys are gonna see a completely new setup, so just stay tuned for that. Anyways, with all the troubleshooting out the way and announcements, it's time to talk about Jurassic World Rebirth, in which I was severely uninterested. This video is brought to you by Hellscape Trigger, a novel written and published by yours truly. An updated version of my book is coming soon, so subscribe for more information. Alright, Jurassic World Rebirth. I'm not gonna go through this and completely bash the movie because trust me, it's not a bad movie. But I'm also not gonna glaze it. It's still pretty subpar. We'll get into that later. I'm just gonna give you guys my honest review. So with that being said, from me just sitting down and watching the movie, I liked it. I mean, it was a solid film. It did what it needed to do, and if there was a bar, it reached it. It didn't exceed. It didn't underperform. It just smacked the bar. That was it. That's it. It just hit the bar. So fun fact, this is actually one of my most anticipated films of 2025. I like how they kind of strived away from the whole cloning daughters and big team up in-game style thing that they were trying to do in the previous trilogy. And I kind of like how they just took it back to the basics for the most part. The dinosaurs are actually, well, low-key the antagonist of the film again. I'd say sub-antagonist. There is a bad guy in the film, but you don't really know until later on. The movie also looks great. I mean, the CGI is solid. All the Jurassic films look pretty good. You can't really mess up a CGI dinosaur at this point. One thing I noticed, and I'll probably bring it up later on, there's a lot of the same scenes in this movie. Like, it was weird. It was a specific scene with the dinosaur would be slowly approaching somebody from behind and they'd just be standing there frozen in fear. It happens about 5 times. And I found it a bit weird that they couldn't think of anything else to put within that. One thing that I did like is that there's not that many references to the original films, thank God. I only caught about 2. I don't know why with these films they like to throw in references from previous movies and expect us to react. Like they literally expect us to react like, oh, dinosaur, oh, the banner scene from the original, oh my god, the rear view mirror scene, oh my god, I love Jurassic World and Park. Like bro, it genuinely gets to a point. Also, there's a couple dumb scenes in this movie. One involves a Snickers wrapper, I kid you not. There's another scene with a raft float. It was cool, but it was also dumb. A character opens a raft next to a sleeping T-Rex, and it follows the raft, blocking the vision. Like the raft pops up, blocks her vision of the T-Rex, and once the raft falls down flat, the T-Rex is just gone. Like again, it was cool, but it didn't make any sense. So you're telling me that this big ass dinosaur is about as nimble and silent as Batman? Like no, you should have seen that shit scurrying away or something. There's another scene with the D-Rex, the big mutated dinosaur that's in this film, and it's a flare. It's the D-Rex and a flare, and they state that the D-Rex is attracted to light, and the whole time this character is holding the flare and kind of luring it away, and they get far, but the whole time I'm just thinking, bro, just throw the fucking flare. It's not attracted to you, it's attracted to the light that's in your hand. Just toss the flare. Fucking Michael Penix that thing, dude. Just launch it. There's also scenes where like characters die, and for some reason the characters that are still alive and watching this other character dying are still calling out the name of the character that's dying. I hope you kept up with that. That was very convoluted phrasing there. But they just be calling out to the character that's like dead and long gone. Like there's one point where a character's getting dragged into the water, but for some reason there's someone still calling out for their name as if they're not being drowned and clawed and bitten to death. Also, again, I'll talk about this later, but you genuinely know who's going to die in this film. There's literal cannon fodder that's established at the beginning of this film. You can look at them up and down and be like, yep, you're dinosaur food. You're just literal dinosaur food. That's it. Also, a lot of arcs are just not resolved in this movie. They just kind of give up halfway through. There's one arc with the boyfriend, and I only figured this out from external media. I had to watch another review. The movie doesn't explain it at all. It alludes to it, but it doesn't really it doesn't wrap it up so you know what's happening. I'm pretty sure me and the rest of the people in the theater are just like, well, why is he acting like this? Also, this might have been on me, but I just wasn't clear on when this film took place. I remember the studio describing it as taking a step back, and I remember somebody saying it takes place after The Lost World, or whatever movie that first introduced the dinosaurs in the city. So that's what I was thinking, but apparently it takes place after Jurassic World Dominion, and that's kind of my gripe with this film. And again, like I've said before, more on that later. So I want to take some time to talk about the acting performances. They're pretty solid. I mean, run of the muck. They're not stale, but they're borderline, like drawing the line between good and stale. It just seems like the actors just weren't given much to work with. I like Scarlett Johansson in the film. Her and the Doctor were probably the most fun characters to watch on screen. Mahershala Ali. I hope I said his name right. Can we just give this man his Blade movie at this point? It's long overdue. Just give him the movie. Anyways, he was solid in the film. Again, these actors just seemed like they weren't given much to work with. Like, again, nobody really exceeds the acting limit. If there's a bar, they're just trying to reach the bar. Like, you know, when you have an assignment due for a class and you know you're not going to go above and beyond with that assignment, so you just do enough to get at least a C on it. That's what they were doing. I mean, I don't blame them. You're acting in a movie with fucking dinosaurs. I don't really expect them to be delivering an Oscar S-tier worthy performance. The characters in this film are solid. The mercenaries are solid. I mean, that's the whole movie. Everything's just solid. If there was a bar, it's a really fucking low bar, but it got reached. There's a random family that gets introduced later in the film, and I can't really say I cared about them really. It was kind of fun seeing them escape the dinosaurs, but that's really all I can say. Again, with this movie and the performances in it, it doesn't really give me much to work with. I guess the dinosaurs would also be considered characters. They're cool. I mean, they're dinosaurs. They're supposed to be cool. One thing that disappointed me though is how they say that the island is filled with like mutated dinosaurs, or the dinosaurs that were too bad to bring in the park or keep in the city. One or the other, I don't remember. They're just badly mutated dinosaurs that are just extremely unsafe. And they say all of this, but like the most you see is like fins on a dinosaur, or one can fly, or like the Spinosaurus is swimming in the water. I'm thinking dinosaurs will have crab claws or scorpion tails, I don't know, spitting out acid. Like most of the dinosaurs will look similar to the D-Rex. The Mosasaurus, apex predator of the deep, is hardly in the movie, but it does have some of the best shots in the film. And I mentioned the D-Rex before. Yeah, it's barely in the movie. Like, the amount of time you see it in the trailer is essentially how long you see it in the movie. It's not that long. It was running up that fucking budget, if you if you know what I'm saying. So I kept mentioning my gripe with the film as a whole, and I'm about to get into that right now. I'll just get into all the things I didn't like either. The movie is just subpar. It's stale. I wouldn't say it's boring because I really enjoyed some of the action scenes, especially on the cliff. There's a scene where they're rappelling down a cliff, because you guys know that I have a fear of heights, so that was pretty thrilling for me. But like, this movie really adds nothing to the Jurassic franchise. It's not significant whatsoever. And I think a lot of people, including myself, are getting tired of the same old dinosaur escape films. I mean, dude, there's like 8, 9, 10 of these movies. I'm not saying kill the franchise because I like dinosaurs, but for the love of everything holy, do something else. I mean, shit, man, I'd take the dinosaurs talking to each other at this point. And we had Fallen Kingdom, which had that hyper intelligent dinosaur that could open doors and shit. That was different, The first Jurassic World had the Indominus Rex. That was a really, really ambitious sort of idea. A genetically modified apex predator dinosaur? Dude, that's sick. There were some concepts in those previous films that actually worked, but it went all out the window when they tried to introduce bugs and a clone daughter. What are we doing, man? I thought this movie was about dinosaurs. Like, if you're gonna make a movie to an already established franchise, continue to switch it up. I don't understand making another Jurassic World movie and just bringing it completely back to the basics. Just playing it safe to a point where it's boring. And I heard that this is the first installment to another trilogy. Why? Like, what's the point? What are we even gonna do from here? I feel like this movie, with the trailer, it had an opportunity to make sort of like a horror film. I mean, you have an abandoned island with mutated dinosaurs, and the one dinosaur that had the biggest mutation was barely in the film. I low-key wouldn't have minded if this movie took like a Resident Evil approach, like Resident Evil 4. You know how Leon Kennedy gets stuck in the village and he's going throughout the village, entering different locations with even harder enemies to face? Do something like that. And honestly, you could keep the family and probably just narrow it down to like the father and his one younger daughter. I'd get the boyfriend and the oldest daughter out of the film and literally just have those two play the role of Ashley, you know, just a fish out of water type of thing. And you know what really would have banged? Imagine the D-Rex is like your Mr. X or your nemesis of the film. He just keeps reappearing and they gotta find ways to get rid of him or outsmart him. Like, bro, just take a different approach to these films. Don't be scared to have fun. I wouldn't even mind a Jurassic World Planet of the Apes style film. Let the dinosaurs become sentient and overthrow humanity. I saw somebody on Twitter the other day say that these movies should have been taking an apocalyptic approach. That the world just got overrun with dinosaurs. The film itself knows how tired out these dinosaurs are, how much it is, because they state in the film. This is not a spoiler. They state in the film, nobody cares about dinosaurs anymore. And damn it, you're right. Nobody cares about dinosaurs. And that breaks my heart because I love dinosaurs. I like to see the T-Rex roar and eat people, but we got to do something else. So, I mean, overall, Jurassic World Rebirth is just another movie. I'm not going to say it's bad. I'm not going to say it's not boring because there are some really cool set pieces, cool CGI, nice little action scenes going on. Would I watch it again? Probably not, man, unless I was with a group of people. There's really no reason to. I would say it's the best Jurassic World movie. I really do like that first film though, so I'd probably put it second. But I genuinely think it's time to switch up or completely end this franchise. It's a 6 out of 10. I'm gonna go watch Superman.